And I'm going to go right to Kevin McHale, who is fabulous right now, starring in The Frogs, the Sondheim show. Okay, hit it.
Hi, Seth.
Hey, Seth.
It's me, James, with Kevin McHale.
Without you.
Without you, here in London.
Yeah.
Kevin, tell everyone what you're doing in London.
I'm doing a lesser-known Sondheim musical at the Southwark Playhouse called The Frogs, and that's why I'm here.
Okay, so I said the name wrong when I saw Vanessa the other day, and what? How do like most Americans say the name of where you're at?
It's spelled Southwark.
Yeah,
basically Playhouse, and it took me a minute to understand that it's not how you say it. It's pronounced Southwark.
So it's not South,
South,
and then not work.
The Southwark. Yeah,
Southwark. And I knew it, and yet I got Vanessa's co-star was in the room. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm busted. I just said it wrong.
I luckily had never said Southwark out loud before, and I heard somebody say it, and I was like, oh, so I know Southwark is not correct. I just didn't exactly know how to pronounce it. So I just didn't say it for the longest
time. That's smart because it never came out of your mouth the wrong way.
Until now.
Oh no! I cursed
An exclusive.
Okay, so you're here doing Frogs. Now, I saw Here We Are, like the last Sondheim work. When was Frogs written?
I believe they first did it at Yale in 1971.
So you know what? I was mistaken because when I saw Jane and Jesse, for some reason, now I feel like a fool. I thought it was like his earliest thing he did, but it wasn't. He was like well established when he did it.
And it was right in between all these behemoths, like Follies and all these, and then he did this. I think it was more like a release for him. You know, it's like a quirky, weird sort of exploration, and he did it in a pool. He apparently did not enjoy the production experience of doing it at Yale in a pool, which makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
But then Nathan Lane rewrote and expanded it in the early 2000s for Broadway.
But that was, but it wasn't written for Broadway.
No, and originally it was a one act.
Okay.
Done in a pool.
Are you doing it in a pool?
No, and it's no longer a one act. Nathan Lane got his hands onto it and expanded it, and they sometimes wrote more music for it to be a full-fledged production.
Okay. I'm seeing that, so I'm seeing it tomorrow night. So by the time you're seeing this, Seth, I will have seen it and reported back. But we first saw you, Seth and I did, in Spelling Bee on stage.
Yes.
In Spelling Bee in October. And Seth, Kevin and I just had breakfast together, and I said, there's no way that it's true that was your first time on stage doing a musical, or both. Tell me.
On stage in this capacity. Yeah. I've done concerts.
Right.
But like I've never done
like a full-on character.
Yeah.
You had never, like in high school you didn't do one?
No.
What were you doing in high school?
I was in a boy band.
So
like I'd go to high school during the day, and at night I was going to like recording studio, and I was like at Interscope parties.
I forgot you had that part of your life.
Yeah.
But did you ever when did you say, oh, I want to do theater? Or have you yet? So
in August.
Really? You had but you have so many friends that have done like Broadway shows.
Yeah.
And you hadn't really.
I revere it, and I think because I have so many friends who have done it for so long that I understand the love you have to have for it, the care, the passion, how much work it takes,
the energy
do it, and the energy to do it. It's not glamorous. It's not TV money.
Right.
You know, it's none of those things. And so I think for me, it was, everyone said, like from Leah to Jenna to Darren, Amber, everybody who's done it, they're like, you would love doing it. And to me, I think I've just been fearful of it because for two reasons. One, because I respect it. I'm like, I don't want to step into, this profession that people dedicate their lives to and have.
Like being an imposter. Like, do you feel a little imposter syndrome if you were going to step into it?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's just like, I did a season of Celebrity Drag Race.
Okay.
And I said no to that originally because of the same thing, where I'm like, I respect the like art of what everybody's doing so much that like I don't want to come in like, who am I to step into this space?
Right.
But Spelling Bee was the first time, and I think because of the character, I was like, oh, I see how I could do this, or like how I can see myself doing this.
Yeah.
And I feel like I love that show. I understand that show. I think comedy is an easier way for me to get into it. For me, like in my brain, in my body. And so doing Spelling Bee, something just clicked for me, and I was like, oh, I do love this. And it was not even necessarily, obviously I love the performing and making people laugh.
Yeah.
But the community of it and understanding like the small miracle that it is that a show happens every single night it's not, to me, it's nothing short of a miracle.
Right.
That all comes together. And so when this actually, I agreed to do this show before Spelling Bee was even
really
a thing. Yeah.
I figured this was a natural, like, oh, Kevin loves doing it and had a great experience, and now he's going to do frogs.
No,
really?
Theater had been sort of like bubbling under the surface for a little bit, trying to find the right opportunity.
Yeah.
And one of my friends who's a great producer, Eric, he produces in New York and in London. He put me in touch with Georgie Rancombe, who's the director of the Frogs here.
Okay.
And we just had a Zoom, I think, last March or
April. Oh my gosh.
And I just loved her. She's done another song, like earlier Sondheim before.
Okay.
And loves Sondheim, loves Here We Are.
Uh-huh.
Like really understands Sondheim, I think. And it's like, yeah, this sounds great. Put me into this. If you're willing to have me, this like sort of quirky, weird, queer production of Frogs. Like, yeah.
So when you were done with Spelling Bee, as Seth and I have said many times, you were brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
Your whole cast was so great. We loved that production.
A joy to get to watch all of them do that.
Oh my God, so great. But did it make you, when you were done with that, did it make you more excited to do Frogs? Were you actually maybe a little bit intimidated of like, oh my God, that was so well received and like there's something to live up to? Did it change?
I think all of that. It was the big thing for me going into Spelling Bee was obviously because I hadn't never done this before,
right.
Was how the process works. When you don't know how it's going to work, all of that unknown like builds a lot of fear.
Right.
And so having been through the process once, which is
I'm veteran by now.
Yeah. Yes, now that I've done the theater.
Was it easier?
Yes, because the expectation of, going into it, I knew what to expect. Obviously here, it's a different thing.
I was going to say,
it's
the rehearsal process, the audience, everything.
We had more than 2 weeks to rehearse here, which was nice.
Okay.
And getting, I came into that situation, like knowing we have a lot of mutual friends with Noah, with Beanie. There's that sort of familiarity a bit. Here, I knew nobody going into it. I'm here on my own. But everybody's so kind. It's also very laid back here. I've done TV here before, and it's the same thing.
TV too?
Yeah, much more laid back than it is in the US. And so that experience is just really, really enjoyable, which is also another reason why I jumped at the chance to do this, because I've had such wonderful working experiences here before that I was like, well, if that's anything to tell by, then hopefully this will be that. And this is even better. It's been great. Everyone's so nice.
I can't wait to see you and see it. So last question, natural question would be, okay, so now in less than a year, you've doubled the number of productions you've done in your lifetime.
Right.
Do you see that continuing, without going into any details in case you have something coming up, but do you envision yourself doing more of it?
I would say that Spelling Bee, gave me the bug a little bit, and doing the Frogs, I'm fully I don't know when it happened or at what point in this process, but I'm fully in. I love it. I'm having genuinely, I'm not just saying that to like promote the show, but I'm having such a great time doing it. And it's like, you spend more time off stage with these people than you do on stage.
Yeah.
And I love all of that. I love the routine of it. I love hanging out. We have one communal dressing room. Like I love all of that.
Yeah.
And so yes, I if there's more opportunity to do theater, I would jump at the chance.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right, so tell everyone, for people that are watching who may be in London fairly
Yes.
soon, how long is the run?
Through the month of June. So
Okay.
last show is June 28th. So if you're in London, it's not West End, so it's cheaper. It's more affordable.
It is.
Come see it at the Southwark Playhouse,
Yes.
Borough. There's like different theaters. It's the Borough one.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good time. It's fun. Like, bring your friends. You'll laugh. It's thought provoking. It's a bit of everything. You'll see.
I will.
You'll see.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, Seth.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Miriam asked, who is Kevin playing? He's playing the part that Roger Bart played in The Frogs. And I was also like James. I always get Frogs and Saturday Night mixed up, because Saturday Night, I always think about, because Stephen Sondheim was smart, he went to Yale. I assume anyway, the point is Saturday Night was Sondheim's first show that he wrote. Frogs was later. I totally get it mixed up too. Yes, Mark Rubin, Kevin reminds me of Harry Connick. Totally.